Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. I'm Badin. Today we'll be looking at the contactor. What is a contactor? A contactor is an electrical device that operates on the basis of electromagnet. It is used as a switch to either make or break the path for current flow towards electrical machine or device. Mostly used in industries for motor control, heaters, or even lighting. And once you learn the operation of the contactor, then you can fit it in whatever circuit you need to control. Because the contactor, it is very useful. It is very useful, but first, in order to use it, you need to know the operation and how to control it. So the contactor, it has three main contacts, where you have L1 and T1. This is one pair of contact. These are the main contacts. This is one pair of contact, this is the other, and this is the other. So the contactor have three main contacts, three main pair of contacts. These pair of contacts are normally open until the contactor is energized. Right? A1 and A2, these are the coil. This is the coil of the contactor. So in order for the contactor to operate, you have to energize the coil of the contactor. And before you energize the coil of the contactor, you first need to know the operating voltage of the coil. So it's normally at the top here. So the coil uses 110 volts. And if you use a larger voltage than 110, then you might burn the contactor coil, which will prevent it from working. So beside the coil of the contactor, you have auxiliary contact. So these are mostly used for controlling. Alright? So the main pair is used in the power circuit, and these are used in the control circuit. So these are for controlling. So where you have 13 and 14, this is a pair of contact, which are, these are normally open. NO mean normally open. And where you have 21 and 22, this is a normally closed pair of contact. So how this function is, how the auxiliary pair of contact function is, alright. In the contactor normal state, which is de-energized, the de-energized state, 13 and 14 is open, and 21 and 22 is closed. Right? When the contactor is energized with the 110 volts, this pair, which is normally open, it will close, and the pair which is normally closed will open. And I will show you that in just a couple seconds. Alright? So this is inside the contactor. Alright? So inside the contactor you have a fixed core. This one. Fixed core. And you have the coil. This is the coil. This is what you energize. This is what you energize. A1, A2, right here. So you energize the coil, alright? This is the moving core. This is the moving core. So when a length of conductor is wrapped to form a coil and a current flows through that conductor, it creates a magnetic field. So when you energize the coil of the contactor and the current flows through it, it creates a magnetic field. Now that magnetic field it attracts the moving core. So the magnetic field which is created by electricity, it attracts the moving core towards the fixed core. So the fixed core will be like this. So when the coil is energized, it attracts the moving core, and that is what close these pair and operate the auxiliary contact as explained. Alright? So when the coil energizes, it attracts the moving core like this. So it will close. And whenever the coil is de-energized, this spring, the spring force push back the moving core towards its original state. So it opened the contact. That is what happened right here. Alright, so right now I'm gonna show you the operation of the contactor. Alright, I'm gonna energize it, and I'm gonna do a continuity test across the pair of contacts to show you what happened when the contactor is energized. Alright, but first I'm gonna do a continuity test to show you, to compare the difference when it is energized and when it is de-energized. Alright, so I'm gonna turn my meter to continuity. Alright, and on my meter you're seeing open loop right here. First I'm gonna test the pair of main contacts. So it's open, open, open. Alright, I'm gonna test the auxiliary contacts now. So 13 and 14 normally open, so it should be open now. Alright, 21, 22 normally closed, so it should be closed. Alright, so I'm gonna energize it now and show you the difference. Alright, so here the contactor closed just now, and I'm going to test the main pair of contact. So these are open before, so the contactor is energized now, so they should be closed. Alright, so the main pair of contacts, they are closed, and I'm going to test the auxiliary contacts now. So alright, 13 and 14, they are normally open, so the contactor is energized now, so they should be closed now. Alright, and 21 and 22 normally closed, so they should be open. Alright, and that's good. Alright, that's it on contactors. And as I said before, once you learn how the contactor operates, once you learn how any control device operates, then you know how to place it in your circuit. Alright, so that is it on contactors, just as simple as that. And guys, it doesn't matter how large the contactor might be, like this one. You have large contactors, even larger than this one. When they close, it sounds like shot firing. So it doesn't matter how large it might be, it is the same principle. Alright, it has a coil. These coil, only the construction might be different. This one have the coil at the top, and sometimes some of them have two pair of coil, but it's only one you still need to energize. Alright, the pair of contact, this is the auxiliary contact right here. So the back one is normally closed, the front one